Hey guys, Tim here with TCG Grading, welcoming you back to the Pokemon community. In today's video, we have our top 100 cards of 2021 that I am personally investing in. This is a much different list than the top cards of 2021. The top cards of 2021 would probably just be the 5 or 10 most valuable cards out of each set. But I actually went through and I scored each card from each set and each promo card based on the current price, value, artwork, and the card outlook. And I took the top 100 scoring cards to put into this list. So it's going to be a much different list than the best cards of 2021. This is my personal, top 100 cards to invest in for 2021. I am not a financial advisor. This is just my own personal opinion. Please do your own research and everything like that. Do not listen to this guy. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and get into it though. Like I mentioned before, I will be basing each one of these cards off of the current price, which is a really big factor, the current value of it, the artwork score, popularity, and the card outlook. You can get a total of 100 points per card. Each subcategory has 25 possible points. Let's go ahead and get into the first card. As you can see, the first card on our list coming in at number 100 is the Special Delivery Bidoof. Now, most of you are probably thinking, man, that's a really good card. Why is that so low on the list? The biggest reason why Special Delivery Bidoof is number 100 on the list instead of higher is because the current price is right around $145. I think that price is a little bit overblown. You did get this card for free from the Pokemon Center. If you spent $20 or more on an order, they sent this card to you for free. And with it being at $145, my personal opinion, that's just a little bit high. I've personally been sending out offers on Special Delivery Bidoof for between $75 and $90, and I've gotten a lot of people to accept those offers. So to me, the price is going to, is a little high, but the artwork is at a 23 out of 25. It's a really cool card. To me, this is basically a Special Delivery Charizard card. They just put Bidoof on it, I think, to kind of troll us a little bit because everybody wanted the Special Delivery Charizard. They're like, how can we mess with him? Let's go ahead and just toss a Bidoof on it. The card outlook, I do believe the price is going to come down a little bit more before it actually starts to increase. But overall, with a 20 out of 25, the card outlook is pretty high. Like I said, the price is just a little bit too high right now for that to be any higher, with the total score of this card coming in at an 82 of 100. Let's go ahead and let's get into the next card. Number 99 on the list is going to be the Fusion Strike pre-release Deoxys card. This is a holographic card you would get out of a Fusion Strike pre-release kit. It's one of the 4 possible cards you can get. Sword and Shield number 170. The current price of this card is sitting at $2. I think the value on this card is really good. Most Deoxys cards appreciate really well long term, and this is one of the cooler Deoxys cards that I can remember in a long time. The fact that it's a Fusion Strike, Single Strike, and Rapid Strike card is just really cool in my opinion. The artwork score is not as cool as the Special Delivery Bidoof, but it still comes in at a 21 out of 25. I think it's really cool. Deoxys is nowhere near as popular as Charizard and Bidoof. That's why it came in with a score of 20. I do believe that this card has room to grow substantially from that $2 price. Even if this card went up to $5, which is very realistic given enough time, that would be a much higher profit percentage than if, say, the Special Delivery Bidoof went from 145 to 175. It would just be, it's a lot safer. And to me, spending $2 on a card that has potential to go up to $5 is much safer than spending $145 on a card that could potentially go down much further. It's all about risk reward, and the reward for this Deoxys card is much higher. I don't think it's ever going to go lower than $2. If it does, I'd be very surprised. All right, our next card is actually another Fusion Strike card from the pre-release kits. It's the Lattius pre-release Fusion Strike card. This is just a really beautiful card. It's a holographic card, Sword and Shield number 171. And all of the same things that I said about Deoxys apply to this Lattius card. It's a legendary Pokemon, really cool. Popularity is really high on this card. It is a little bit more expensive than the Deoxys card because this card is actually a playable card. I've seen quite a few decks using this already. So the value is a little bit lower, but with the artwork, popularity, and card outlooks all being 21 to 22, this is an overall really solid card. Total score of 83. Just a really good pickup if you're going to hold it long term. You know, if you spend $2.59, the downside risk is what, you know, $2, $1.50. It's just a really good, you know, solid, safe card to pick up, in my opinion. It's not all about hitting a home run with every single thing that you invest in or you buy. It's more about just what's the downside risk. If I lose 10% on this card, it's a quarter. If I lose 10% on a, you know, $145 card, that's $15. There's a big difference. Let's go into number 97. Number 97, as you guys can see there, is the Altar Galerion V card. This is from Fusion Strike. This Galerion V card is just so nice. The artwork score on this almost got a perfect 25 out of 25. I think this is one of the best looking cards of 2021. With the price of it sitting right around $15 though, I consider that to be a little bit high for this card. It does not have any playability value. This is all collector value. So the value, I gave it an 18 out of 25. I do believe as more Fusion Strike gets open, this card will continue to decrease a little bit. I think this card could get down in the area of $11 to $12 in the next few months. But the popularity of the card, a lot of people do really like this card. Sitting at a 21 out of 25. The card outlook is a little bit lower than the last two, just because I do believe it's going to come down. But in the next, you know, 3 to 5 years, alt art cards are just going to do really well, in my opinion. They're going to be basically the only card anybody wants to get from the Sword and Shield era. From Battle Styles on, everybody's just going to want the alt art cards, and just because they're so much harder to pull than everything else. With the very large print runs and everything like that, only the really rare cards are going to hold any substantial value long term, in my opinion. Galerion V Altar coming in at number 97. Very cool card. Definitely has a lot of potential for the future. The next card is the Dragopult Prime card. This Dragopult Prime card comes from the Dragopult 25th Anniversary Binder collection box. Just a really cool card. This, in my opinion, is probably is definitely in the top 5 Celebrations promo cards. Just really cool. I know there's a lot of Celebrations promo cards. You're actually going to be seeing a lot of them on this list. I think that this Sword and Shield promo number 132, sitting at $2.75, is a really good value. In the next 3 to 5 years, as the collection boxes start to rise up in price, I think that the promo card price will rise with it, and I could easily see this be a $7 or $8 card in the next few years. The artwork is really good. I think Dragopult Prime is just really cool. The Prime cards were never really the most popular cards, but I think this one with the 25th Anniversary symbol on it and the Dreepies coming out of his head there, it's just a cool card. I really like it. Really good artwork. Dragopult's not the most popular Pokemon, but it is with the younger generation. It's a very playable card in the Pokemon trading card game, so I think it has a lot of potential for a nostalgic factor down the line. The card outlook is very high to me, just because it is attached to a Celebrations 25th Anniversary collector's box. That's the only way to get this, and as that sealed product disappears or gets hoarded, these will be harder and harder to find, and the more likely that these will go up in price. Total score of 84 of 100. Really good card. I have quite a few of those myself. I have a lot of these Celebrations cards. Coming in at number 95 is the Full Art Dancer card. This is from Fusion Strike, the newest Sword and Shield set. This is a full art card sitting at $2.80. Very inexpensive card. The reason why this got on the list is basically because of its fantastic value. A full art card at $2.80. A female full art card, female full art card at $2.80. Artwork score, it's not the best. It's it's pretty cool. There's definitely better full art trainer cards from the Sword and Shield era. That's why the popularity is an 18 out of 25. It's the lowest popularity score that I've given so far. But with the value and the card outlook, I think this is going to do really well long term. Even if it only goes up to $5, that's a very large return on a card that's $2.80. And we've all seen what happens whenever people decide to buy out specific full art trainers. You guys remember when Jesse and James full art trainer last year from Hidden Fates went to like $20. I think this could be one of those cards that ends up spiking just because it is a female trainer card, and you know how it goes with those. Coming in at 84 out of 100, number 95 on our list. The next card on the list is the Zero Aura Alt Art. This is a beautiful card. This is in the top 3 cards from Chilling Reign for a lot of people. The only reason this is so far down on the list is because the current price is $44.95. The current price is almost the price of a booster box. How crazy is that? And this isn't even like the best pull you can get from Chilling Reign. There's so many better cards in Chilling Reign that really the value on this card being a 19 out of 25, to me, with the large print run and just the fact that a lot of people are opening up these booster boxes right now because they're right at about $80 and there's so many cool cards on the inside, I think that $44.95 is a little bit high. The artwork is amazing. I gave it a 25 out of 25. It's one of the best looking cards of the entire year, in my opinion. Beautiful card, one of my personal favorites. Popularity of Zero Aura is not super high, 20 out of 25. With the card outlook being at a 20, that is completely relying on the fact that the $44.95 price seems a little bit high to me. I think this card has a lot of downside risk. It could potentially go down towards $25, $30 before it would go up to $60 to $75. But just the fact that it's such a cool card, long term, this is going to be one of the cards that most people want from Chilling Reign. And I think it's a very safe pickup. Even at that price, with its downside risk, it still came in at number 94 on our list. Let's get into the next card. The next card, as you see, is the Pokekid. The Pokekid card from Shining Fates is a full art trainer card that's $3. Basically, this is just a cool card. I mean, the kid is dressed up in an Eevee costume. It's really cute. Shining Fates is really hard to collect a lot of packs in. The biggest product you can get Shining Fates in is the Elite Trainer boxes with 10 packs. There's no booster box, so it's harder to pull these type of cards. I put the current value of that at 22 out of 25 because it's sitting at $3. The artwork is really good. Everybody really enjoys Eevee, and it's just a really cute card. Popularity and the card outlook are right around 20 out of 25, bringing the total score to 85. This is just an overall solid card, and with the amount of these that hit the market, I think this is by far the lowest price we will see this card ever. I don't think there's going to be another massive reprint of Shining Fates, and basically what's on the market now that's sitting at $3 is probably as low as it's going to get for the foreseeable future. Coming in at number 92 on our list is the Copycat card. This secret rare, rainbow rare trainer card from Evolving Skies is sitting at $4.50. How crazy is that a secret rare from one of the biggest sets of all time, very difficult to pull this card, is sitting at $4.50. Really cool artwork. You got Leon, Marnie, you got Rose there. It's just a super good looking card in my opinion. I know that the rainbow rares aren't the most popular cards, but with this one specifically, with the amount of trainers that it has on it, I just think that in the long run, there's no way that this card's going to stay at $4.50. There's just no way. The artwork score I gave it a 22. The in person, this card looks really good. The printed copy of it that you see here is kind of bland because it doesn't have the texture. It doesn't have, you know, the rainbow pattern reflecting back at you. It's a really beautiful card in person. The popularity and is currently why the card is sitting at $4.50. There's not really any playability with this card, so it's kind of tanked in value. Just because the only people buying it are people that are collecting it. And with how hard it is to pull this card, the card outlook, I do believe, is just really high. I think I actually undervalued this card a little bit at 20 of 25 on the card outlook. Honestly, that should be a little bit higher. Sitting at a total score of 85. The only thing really holding it back is the fact that people really don't like the rainbow rare versions of cards. They much prefer the full art versions. But to me, $4.50 for a secret rare, it's just a no-brainer, especially when it's in Evolving Skies. The Evolving Skies booster box price is just going to go up and up and up. There's just no risk in picking up this card at $4.50 in my opinion. The next card is the Rillaboom VMAX. This is a Fusion Strike ultra rare card. As I mentioned before, one of the biggest things that I look at is the current price of cards and the downside risk. The current price of this card is sitting at $1.40. There are bulk sellers that will buy VMAX cards from you for $2 or $2.50. So if you're buying them at current market price, you can actually sell them for a profit to bulk sellers, or you could just hold on to them for a while and see what happens. So there's basically zero risk in holding on to this card. That's why it has a value score of 24 out of 25. I think this card looks really, really good. This actually came in the Japanese promo packs, the Cinderace and Rillaboom promo. These were promo cards in the Japanese side. They're just really, really cool in my opinion. Rillaboom, I think, has a lot of potential for growth in the long term. I think it's going to be one of the favorite starters from this set with the younger generation. My 7-year-old daughter and my 10-year-old son, they were almost every time they play these games, they always end up picking Grookey. So I kind of paid attention to that, and I think it's pretty similar with a lot of kids, or it could just be mine. I'm not sure, but he's just cool. And at $1.40, there's no risk. No risk whatsoever. Number 91 with a score of 85. The next card is the Alt Art, Full Art Medicham V. This is an Evolving Skies Alt Art, sitting at $11. This is the second cheapest Alt Art card you can pick up. I'm not the biggest fan of Medicham, but there's a lot of really, really good Pokemon in the background of this card. And you got Plusle and Minun, you got Jumpluff, you got Centiskorch. You got a lot of really, really good Pokemon in the background, and the Medicham just looks kind of crazy. To me, I think it's a really, really cool card. The value on it, I have it at a 21 out of 25, whereas the $11 is really, really inexpensive for an alt art, but you also have to consider the fact that it's a Medicham. So taking that into consideration, it still ranks pretty high. The artwork is really good. It's an alt art. Popularity is very, very low. I don't think anybody would say that Medicham is their favorite Pokemon. The outlook on this card is really high in my opinion. I think Evolving Skies just has a lot of room to grow because it has so many really good cards on the inside. And as the booster boxes become harder to get and the value of the box goes up, I have no questions at all about the booster boxes for Evolving Skies continuing to rise in price as time goes along. It is the best set of Sword and Shield by far. Does have an outlook of 23 to 25, which brought the total up to 85, even with that low popularity score. I think this is just going to continue to rise as the booster box and packs get more expensive. There's just very low risk in picking up an alt art for $11. All right, the next card, we have another alt art. This Gorg V Altar from Evolving Skies, basically the exact same thing that I said about the Medicham. I think this card's a little bit cooler. I like the little Swablues right here. You got the Nickit right there. This card just looks better in my opinion. It is a little bit more expensive, but I did lower the value score. The artwork is a little bit better, so it ends up coming out at an 85 out of 100, the same as the Medicham V. I personally would probably pick up the Medicham V more than the Gorg just based on the price, downside risk, and everything. But I think this is just a cool card. Alt Arts, Evolving Skies, best set of Sword and Shield. I think this has a lot of room to grow. I think the downside risk for Gorg V is probably somewhere in the $10 range at the lowest if they did like a massive reprint on this. But the upside is, this could end up being a $30 to $50 card in the next 3 to 5 years. So in my opinion, it's a pretty good, pickup. Coming in at number 89 on our list. The next card, Excel is being crazy. Coming in at number 88, we have the Galerion Ponyta. This is the chase card from the General Mills cereal box packs. Current price is right now sitting at $4.74. I think this is the bottom of the barrel pricing for this card. When it first came out, it was between $20 and $25, and it's come all the way down to $4.74. To me, that is a really good value. I think this is as low as it's ever going to be. It's a very, very, very nice holographic card. The artwork is really good. Got a 24 to 25. Just a really cute Pokemon. Galerion Ponyta has multiple people or groups of people that like to collect it. My Little Ponies and stuff like that. Popularity and the card outlook are pretty high on this card. It got a total overall score of 86. It is really hard to say how many of these are out there because those General Mills packs just were so easy to get. There were so many of them out there. I know a lot of them got picked up and, resold or scalped. But I just think that this has a lot of potential long term, because if the General Mills packs end up being a smaller print run than what most of us think, I think that the desirability of this card, plus the fact that it was, a smaller type print run in a General Mills promo pack, could end up being something that ends up going upwards of, $15 to $20. Or it could stay at $4, or it could go down to zero. It's kind of all over the place, but I think there's more upside than there is downside with a Galerion Ponyta card. In my opinion, I would pick this card up. I wouldn't pick up a bunch of these, but if I had 4 or 5 of these, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Coming in at number 87 on the list, we have the Full Art Doctor card. This is just another full art card that's really inexpensive. It's a female trainer card sitting at $4. Really, really high upside in my opinion. Just look at the card. I mean, this is the type of thing that people like to target. They'll do buyouts on these type of cards. In the long run, these, female trainer cards always do really, really well. $4 price, really high value in my opinion. Popularity of this card is pretty low. It's not a very playable card. And there's just so many of them out there right now that it's just dragging the price down to about $4. Chilling Reign is really inexpensive right now. Like I said, it's $79.99 a booster box, which is really, really inexpensive. But I think the overall outlook of this card is really high. That's why I give it a 23 out of 25. Bringing the total score to 86. The downside risk of this, full art trainer card is like $2. Upside risk is, this can end up, spiking $25, $30. And I wouldn't be surprised. Not even a little bit. I know it's not a playable card, and that really drags down the current value of it with all the reprints and everything like that of Chilling Reign. But as time goes along, I think this will be one of the cards that ends up getting bought out, similar to the Dancer card. People are going to buy tons of these to try and manipulate that price and have it go up. Not because it deserves to, but just because it would be really easy to make it happen. All right, let's go into number 86. Number 86 on the list, we have the Umbreon V Altar. This is the Altar sitting at $24.95. To me, this is really good artwork. I really like, it's kind of got like Batman, vibes going on with it. The current value, I have it sitting at a 19 to 25, which kind of brought the total score down quite a bit. I just think that the downside risk on this is a little bit higher than most cards. I could see this card going downwards of $16 to $18 in the near future. But long term, just because of the artwork being so good, as you see, 24 to 25 on the artwork, it's really, really nice. Popularity of this card's really high. There's a lot of Umbreon fans. The total outlook on this card's very high as well, 22 out of 25. It's just a cool card. The price is a little bit high right now, in my opinion, but I'm cheap. I don't like spending $25 on one card. I would rather pick up 25 $1 cards than one $25 card. So I've always been kind of down on the higher value cards, as you can see with my scoring. But this one, I have 3 copies of this card personally, and I just don't have any concerns with it going down to 0. Like, that's the risk you have to think about. Is this card going to go to 0? And this card, with it being the Altar, it's going to be one of the chase cards from Evolving Skies for forever. I just think that $24.95 is somewhat safe. In the near future, I see it going down, but in the long term, I think it's going to get upwards of about $35 to $40. But you have to kind of consider the fact, can you wait 5 years for one card to go up by $15? Or can you make more money with things, with other cards? If you have 15 copies of the Dancer card versus 1 copy of the Umbreon V, which one do you think is going to perform better long term? I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't really like spending $25 on one card. I would rather have, 12 $2.50 cards versus one $25 card, but that's just my personal opinion. I think this is going to hold up really, really well long term. Let's go into the next card. Coming in at number 85, we have the Professor Burnett trainer card. This comes inside of the Pikachu Premium Collection playmat box. This card is sitting at 10 cents. 10 cents, guys. Like, just think about what you could buy 100 copies of this card instead of 1 copy of the Umbreon V card. How crazy is that? 25 out of 25 on the value list. The artwork isn't fantastic. It's not a holographic or anything like that. The popularity on it's really, really low just because it's not a very playable card yet. And that's the biggest reason that this card made that list. The ability, search your deck for up to 2 cards and discard them, then shuffle your deck. I know that may not seem like a really powerful effect, but you can put anything into your discard pile. And if you have item cards to draw them back out, it can end up helping you quite a bit. So I think at some point, this card is going to make its way into being a meta deck card. It's sitting at 10 cents, and there's only one way to get this copy of it inside of the big collection box with the playmat inside of it. I think that the card outlook is really high. You know, if this card went up to 75 cents, just think about that profit margin, you know, the percentage, it's just really high. Well, a lot of people don't like to deal with those lower price cards. I love them. You know, that's like the easiest way to make money in the short and long term, in my opinion, is buying super low. And if it increases, if it doubles one time and goes to 25 cents, you're already doing just fine. You could sell a play set of them for $1, no risk type of pickup sitting at 10 cents. Let's go into the next card, number 84. This is another 10-cent card. Here comes Team Rocket from the Classic Collection, the Celebrations Classic Collection. There's just so many of them out there that it's just completely tanked most of the Classic Collection cards, minus the Charizard and the higher end ones. So this Here Comes Team Rocket card is sitting at 10 cents right now on TCG Player. That's just crazy in my opinion. You know, I have probably 200 copies of this card just sitting in a box, you know, and if it ever goes up to $1, I'll be super happy. If it stays at 10 cents, I got a really cool card. You know, very high value on this card sitting at that price. The artwork score is pretty cool. Jesse James, Meowth. The popularity is really good as well. You know, Team Rocket cards always do really well. The card outlook is low because the Classic Collection cards are just so easy to pull that as people open up more and more packs as time goes along, there's just going to be more and more of these. But if this card went up to 50 cents a card, you know, that's a good solid pickup in my opinion. If this card went to, say this card went to $3 or $4, just imagine that. It's crazy. Coming to number 83 on our list, we have Bruno. Bruno from Battle Styles, one of the very few Battle Styles that made it on this list. Full art trainer card, sitting at $2.50. It's just an iconic trainer. Bruno's very popular. I can't believe that this card's sitting at $2.50, mostly because it's just not a very playable card. Artwork score is really not the highest, but it's not terrible either. It's just a solid, good-looking card. Popularity of Bruno, 20 out of 25. It's not the same as a female trainer card, but the overall outlook of this card is really good in my opinion. Total score of 86 out of 100 on this Bruno card, mostly due to the fact that it is sitting at $2.50, and it's a really good pull from your booster pack, sitting less than the booster pack cost. I just think that anything that's under the cost of one booster pack right now in these full art or above categories is just a really good value. All right, coming at number 82 on our list, we have the Shiny Bulletin. It's not really a whole lot to say about the Shiny Bulletin. Shining Fates, Shiny card, Bulletin, very popular with the younger generation. I think this card sitting at $2 is just a really good bargain. 21s, pretty much across the board. The outlook is a little bit higher because Bulletin is so popular. As Shining Fates gets harder and harder to find, I think the single, you know, holographic Shiny cards are just going to do really well. Shiny Vault number 40 out of 122. Just a good solid pickup. Going into the next card, we have the Duraludon. The GameStop promo, they gave this promo out if you spent $15 or more on products at GameStop. This card's sitting at 40 cents. There's not a whole lot to say about this card. It's not the coolest looking card, but it is a GameStop exclusive card. The only way to get this card was by picking it up from GameStop. The value is super high in my opinion. It got a 25 out of 25. The artwork and popularity are super low, but the outlook, in my opinion, with it being at 40 cents, is just very high. I think this card could go, if this card went to $2, I wouldn't be surprised, and that would be a massive return on this card. Let's get into the next card here. Number 80 on our list is the Professor's Research. Promo number 178. This card's sitting at $5 right now. This is similar to the Special Delivery Bidoof card. Basically, you spent $20 on the Pokemon Center website, and they sent this to you. It came with a code to put into the Pokemon Go app. Just a really good Professor's Research card. It's a very playable card. That does help the total price of the card. A lot of people like to put these in their decks just to be different. Value, artwork, you know, popularity, card outlook, all between 21 and 22, giving the total Score of this card an 86. Just if you have this card sealed, I think long term it's a really, really good pickup. Going into number 79 on our list, this card, as we all know, is the Chase card. Maybe number 2 from the Evolving Sky set. The Umbreon VMAX is also really, really high up there on most people's lists. The Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies, sitting at $154, is a beautiful card. Got a 24 out of 25 on the artwork and popularity scores. What really brought this down was the value score. At $154, there's a lot of downside risk with that. I think this card could hold up long term though. I think that this is a good solid buy, and I think it's going to stay at this price for a while. I don't think it's going to start to rise up for a few years, but total score of 86 out of 100, even at that $154 price tag. The Umbreon VMAX and the Rayquaza VMAX are the chase cards from the most popular Sword and Shield set. Just has a lot going for it. I know that this is starting to add up on time. I know that we're probably over 20 minutes or so right now. If you guys are still with me, I really, really appreciate that. Let's go into number 78. This is the Mewtwo V Union card. There's 4 different pieces of this card. Each piece is sitting at about $4, making the total price $16. This came in the V Union box that was $29.99 at retail cost. Value on it's pretty low in my opinion, but the artwork is amazing. This is the V Union card that I want a bunch of for the long term. Mewtwo is one of the most popular Pokemon of all time. I think that this card has the potential to go up to $7 to $10 a piece in the next 3 years. Not 5 years, but like in the next 3 years, whenever these V Union boxes start to disappear, I really do believe that the price on this is going to go up very, very fast. Total score out of 87 of 100. Just an overall solid card. Going into the next card, we got number 77 on our list. The eevee vmax from the Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes. I think this card just is so cheap that there's no way that it's going to stay at $2 forever. I believe that a lot of these have been opened, and that the reason why this card is sitting at $2 is because there's just been so many that have been opened. But as time goes along and people stop opening these and they become more and more difficult to obtain, the price goes up on the Elite Trainer boxes. I think that the promo on the inside is going to rise up with the price of the Elite Trainer box. You know, if the Elite Trainer box starts pushing $150 to $200, there's no way that the promo card on the inside is going to stay at $2. Total score of 87 out of 100. Really, that's held up by the artwork and the popularity scores. Eevee, one of the most popular evolution lines in the game, and it's just a really, really good artwork. This is a really cool card in my opinion. Going into number 76, we have another Classic Collection Celebrations card. The Rockets admin card sitting at 20 cents. It's just so cheap. So very, very cheap. This is a beautiful card. The foiling on it's amazing. Very, very high value score. High artwork score. The popularity is a little bit lower than the most of these cards. But if you pick up a bunch of these at 20 cents, there's just not a lot of downside risk. I think overall, you know, you can't go wrong with a 20-cent holographic card from one of the most popular sets in recent memory. Even if they are easy to pull, as time goes along, the packs get more expensive, the product gets more expensive, less and less of these are available on the market. If this card went up to $1, you would still be, you know, at a 500% difference at your 20-cent price, you know, buy-in. You know, if you're buying in at 20 cents and you can sell it for $1, and you wouldn't be surprised if it got to that $1, it's just an easy decision, in my opinion. A lot of these cards are really held up by the value of it. Getting something for less than a quarter that looks this good, just a really, really good pickup, in my opinion. Number 75 on our list, and the last card in today's video, we have the Team Magma's Groudon. Team Magma's Groudon is sitting at 25 cents, similar to the Rockets admin, the Here Comes Team Rocket card. It's just so inexpensive that there's just no risk in picking up a Team Magma's Groudon for 25 cents. If it goes down to 0, you lose a quarter. If it goes up to $1, you know, you 4x your money. If it goes up to $5, goes up to $10 in the next 5 years, just, you know, you can see how fast that profit margin can be amazing. Value and artwork are really, really good on this card. The hollowing on all of the Classic Collection cards is amazing. Team Magma's Groudon isn't the most popular card. I think the overall outlook of this card is really, really good though. Total score of 87 out of 100. Let me know what you think of these first 25 cards. I know I spent about a minute talking about each card. If you stuck it out to the end of this video, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the first 25 cards on this top 100 list. Really like to hear from you guys down in the comments. I do appreciate you checking out this video. I'll leave a link down below for the numbers 74 through 50 if you guys want to check out the next 25 in this top 100 list. I'll see you guys in the next one.